joining us on this Saturday. I'm Tom Llamas, and as we come on the air tonight, we just learned the president will remain in Washington for Christmas. The First Lady now returning to D.C. from Mar-a-Lago so they can spend the holiday together at the White House. This comes as the Senate has abandoned efforts to reopen the federal government until after Christmas. Senate leaders on both sides of the aisle, including Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, arriving at the Capitol this morning amid a swirl of reporters trying to come together on a spending deal. But that did not happen. Senators, take a look at this, emptying the Capitol hallways, heading out for the holiday. In the meantime, hundreds of thousands of federal employees are facing furloughs in the nation's third partial government shutdown of the year. ABC's Tara Palmieri starts us off tonight from the Capitol.
Tonight, a deadlock on the shutdown. Both sides digging in. The impasse coming down to funding over the president's border wall.
Our great country must have border security. We need the Democrats to give us their votes.
Democrats not backing down.
President Trump, if you want to open the government, you must abandon the wall. Plain and simple.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell declaring the Senate out of session until after Christmas. Republican lawmakers showing little optimism. Will it get done before Christmas?
Doesn't look like it.
I don't think so.
After a lunch with President Trump, Republican lawmakers indicated they would settle for less than the $5 billion the president wanted for the wall, but are balking at Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer's offer of $1.3 billion, which was lower than his offer before the midterms. Does it have to be more than $2 billion?
Let me tell you what it's got to be. It's got to make some sense. I've never written a book, but if I wrote a book called The Art of a Deal, I don't think I would take an offer of 1.3 when you had previously offered me 1.6. You want to know how silly this is, America? Chuck Schumer offered today $1.3 billion for the wall after he'd already agreed to 1.6.
As of midnight tonight, more than 400,000 federal employees temporarily working without pay, including some border security officials. Benita Brewer is a single mom working for Customs and Border Patrol and is being called into work, ruining her Christmas vacation.
I don't think that a lot of that is taken under consideration. When you hear of government shutdown, I don't think most people realize the number of employees that are truly impacted.
Offices that also remain open: Department of Defense, Veteran Affairs, and the Postal Service. Both sides arguing this is a political stunt.
The wall is President Trump's bone to the hard right people. It's no way to spend $5 billion for political bone.
They just have a hatred for Trump. They've won the House. They want the fight. They don't want to solve the problem. They're going backward, not forward.
All right, Tara joins us now from Capitol Hill. And Tara, Vice President Mike Pence late today made a visit to Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer's office to try and find a compromise for the wall funding.
Tom, my sources tell me that Pence came to the Hill with an offer of $2.1 billion for the border wall. That's much lower than the $5 billion that President Trump was originally asking for. He was also looking to loosen the restrictions on how the border security money could be spent, but Schumer's office tells us that, unfortunately, they're still very far apart. Tom?
Tara Palmieri with that new reporting tonight. Tara, thank you. And this programming note, much more of the government shutdown tomorrow morning on This Week. It's going to be a big show. John Carl's hosting. He's going one-on-one with Mick Mulvaney, the man just named President Trump's new acting chief of staff. Now to the fresh fallout tonight over President Trump's decision to pull U.S. troops out of Syria. Brett McGurk, the U.S. envoy to the international coalition fighting ISIS, has resigned. It comes just days after Defense Secretary Jim Mattis announced his departure. ABC's Lana Zach now on the latest.
Tonight, new backlash from the president's surprise announcement to pull all U.S. troops from Syria. as defense secretary, leaving the Trump administration with 2 large holes in the global fight against terror. Tom?
Lana, thank you. We want to turn now to weather. The fresh round of storms threatening to slam much of the nation just in time for the holiday. The system that triggered flooding throughout the Northeast. This video, you can see it here just off the coast of Connecticut. And tonight, several storm systems taking aim on the Pacific Northwest, bringing heavy rain and mountain snow, one set to move across the country later next week. ABC's Rob Marciano joins us now. And Rob, there's a lot going on with the weather across the country. Walk us through the next couple of days.
Yeah, a brief break here in the East, Tom. But as you mentioned, we've got them lined up in the Pacific. Another storm already coming into the Pacific Northwest tonight. I-5 is going to be very wet. I-84 as well. And over the mountain passes, it will be snowy. Another one coming in on Monday. But look at this jet stream. A little disturbance coming into the east. Monday, Christmas Eve, mostly around I-90 and north. Might see a little bit of enough snow there to create a bit of a coated Christmas seas. And then the western storm gets into the plains, and this one's going to be big, Tom. I think Wednesday and Thursday, snow, wind to the north, and heavy rain once again to the south. And this will probably go all the way to the east coast by the end of the day.
So much of the country going to get hit over the next couple of days. All right, Rob, thanks. We do move on now to the harsh words for the NFL, coming from one of the biggest names in sports. LeBron James taking direct aim on some NFL team owners, saying they have what he calls a slave mentality. Here's ABC's Adrian Banker.
The biggest name in sports, LeBron James, off-court and uncensored, blasting owners of another league, the NFL.
I mean, in the NFL, they got a bunch of old, white men owning teams, and they got that slave mentality. And it's like, this is my team, you do what I tell y'all to do, or we get rid of y'all.
James' scathing comments aimed at the response to a player's right to protest, fueled by former quarterback Colin Kaepernick taking a knee in 2016. Critics claim Kaepernick has been frozen out of the league ever since. It's the same reason some celebrities are turning down invites to perform in the upcoming Super Bowl halftime show. The NFL has yet to officially confirm who will appear. The band Maroon 5 has been rumored to headline. James has been one of the most vocal of any player in any sport, criticizing the president.
The number one job in America, the point of person, is someone who doesn't understand the people and really don't give a about the people.
Which prompted an on-air war with commentator Laura Ingraham.
As someone once said, shut up and dribble.
We will definitely not shut up and dribble.
On his HBO show, James says he'll continue to express himself.
I'm very educated about what I believe in, and I'm not doing it in a violent way. I'm not knocking on your door saying, listen, I'm kneeling today, and if you don't kneel with me, I'm knocking you out. But you know, people go crazy when when things are done outside the box.
And James says the NBA is more tolerant of players' expressions, whether or not Commissioner Adam Silver agrees with their stance. So far, neither the NBA or the NFL have responded, Tom.
All right, Adrian, thank you. Next, we turn now to the growing outrage over a high school wrestler in New Jersey, forced to cut his hair to finish a wrestling match. New Jersey's Civil Rights Division now getting involved. The high school wrestler told by a referee, look at this video, to either cut off his dreadlocks or forfeit the match. Tonight, an investigation is now underway. Here's ABC's Zachary Quiche.
Tonight, New Jersey's Division of Civil Rights launching an investigation after growing outrage over this incident at a high school wrestling match. Andrew Johnson was given an ultimatum as he stood ready to compete: cut his dreadlocks or forfeit the match.
From the matches I've seen, I have not seen his dreads be a problem with the referee or anything like that.
The ref, Alan Maloney, said the hair violated athletic regulations. League rules state if a player's hair is too long, they can choose to wear a cap that is attached to the ear guards. It's not known why a cap wasn't an option in this case. Not wanting to hurt the team, Andrew agreed to the cut, wincing as a trainer chopped off his hair. The young man, in all his humility, went on to pin his opponent, dejected but undefeated. The governor of New Jersey saying this on Twitter: no student should have to needlessly choose between his or her identity and playing sports. Nearly 13 million views later, many want to know, what role, if any, did race play? According to a report by the Courier Post, Maloney, who is white, acknowledged calling another ref a racial slur back in 2016. He was suspended and sent to sensitivity training after the incident. Tom, the ref has not been fired, but he has been sidelined pending the current investigation. Tom?
Zachary Quiche, thank you. New developments tonight in the search for that young mother in Colorado missing since Thanksgiving. This exclusive ABC News video capturing the moment her fiancé was arrested is now charged with her murder. And tonight, the search intensifying for her body. Here's ABC's Kana Whitworth.
Investigators tonight still desperate to find the body of Colorado mom Kelsey Barrett. Deep trenches on the property of Barrett's fiance and father of their child, Patrick Frazee. Evidence of the search at his remote 35-acre property. At the crack of dawn Friday, police descending on Frazee.
You see him? He's in cuffs.
Nabbing him as he was leaving. Prosecutors charging Frazee in Barrett's alleged murder a month after she was last seen grocery shopping Thanksgiving Day with their 1-year-old daughter. More than a week later, it was Barrett's mother, not Frazee, who reported her missing. Authorities now hinting Frazee did not act alone, also charging him with solicitation for murder.
It is a crime to solicit somebody to commit another crime. You don't necessarily have to complete it to have a solicitation charge, but you have to show firmness of what you intended to do.
At her childhood church in Moses Lake, Washington, parishioners mourning Barrett's death.
There's been an aching in our hearts, of pain that doesn't go away.
Tom, we're learning the couple did have a custody hearing scheduled for next week. And tonight, Patrick Frazee is being held without bond, and their little girl is currently Kelsey's family. Tom?
Kana Whitworth for us tonight. Kana, thank you. We head overseas now. We're learning more tonight about the drones causing chaos at Britain's Gatwick Airport, forcing the grounding of more than 1,000 pre-holiday flights. Tonight, 2 arrests have been made. Here's ABC's Julia McFarland.
Police searching this home near Gatwick Airport, gathering evidence after arresting a 47-year-old man and a 54-year-old woman in connection with the criminal use of drones that created havoc in one of Europe's busiest airports.
Coming over your head.
Investigators trying to determine if they are the mystery pilots responsible for more than 50 drone sightings since Wednesday night, leading airport officials to shut down the runway, preventing anything from landing or departing for more than 36 hours, leaving tens of thousands at one point stranded. Armed officers now in place around the airfield, the military sent in with anti-drone technology in the attempt to prevent a mid-air collision, which could have had devastating consequences, like seen here in this simulation.
Because drones are inexpensive and because they're getting more capable all the time, they will become a bigger risk to the flying public and to the public at large.
The British Prime Minister saying this whole episode demonstrates the need for legislators to adapt to the rising use and risks of drones.
Well, there have now been no more drone sightings since last night, and with the arrest of these 2 suspects, there are hopes now that Gatwick Airport can finally get back to normal and that all the affected passengers...
ABC's Ariel Reshef now with your money just in time.
Tonight, the race to bag those last-minute bargains before Christmas.
Yeah, I think people like the pressure of, trying to find that gift at the last minute.
The clock winding down on Super Saturday. 134 million procrastinators scooping up deep discounts.
Are you here looking for anything special?
Last-minute presents. So I hope no one's watching to see what I'm about to buy. So.
The 11th hour blitz could make this the biggest shopping day of 2018. Retailers staying open late to lure you in.
Stores like Best Buy with extended hours through the weekend so you can get your last-minute shopping done.
Slashing prices on tech, toys, and apparel. Gap with 50% off everything in stores. This 5-quart KitchenAid from Macy's, $260 off. Target offering a $100 gift card with any new iPhone. Amazon with this Canon camera and accessories, more than $100 off. And to save time, Walmart, Kohl's, Best Buy, and others still letting you order those gifts online and pick up in stores.
And Tom, experts tell us some stores will mark down winter apparel up to 75% as they try to move out that merchandise, and settling for slightly older models of electronics could save you between 45 and 60%. Tom?
There's some good discounts, and I am one of those last-minute shoppers. All right, Ariel, thank you.
ABC News, straightforward.
It's Christmas chaos in Washington. Trump's defense secretary resigns. The stock market takes a tumble. And the last-minute shutdown showdown. Sunday, the fallout. And what comes next on ABC's This Week with George.
The Bobbitts love hurts.
She came off as a sweet little girl. A sweet little innocent girl doesn't cut a man's penis off.
I got him. It's quite a story.
A 2020 event, Friday, January 4th on ABC.
finally tonight, America Strong. The anxious moments for one Chicago teen whose dreams were just a click away. This is the moment Amado Candelario had been waiting for. I got it! I got it! I got it! Finding out he just got into Harvard.
I worked so hard for something, and I didn't know if it was going to come true.
Working hard. That's something he learned from his mother, a waitress who came here from Mexico, raising Amado and his two sisters by herself.
My mother came to this country with nothing but the clothes on her back. She sought to make a better life for herself. We lived paycheck to paycheck.
Along the way, Amado kept striving, getting to the top of his class, co-captain of his nationally recognized school's debate team, active in his community, helping immigrants. He says his family was always there for him.
They were always there to tell me that I did matter, and that I could do anything that I set my mind to. And here I am doing just exactly that.
And he'll take that work ethic he learned from his mother and that love from his family all the way to Harvard next fall.
Never give up. I never gave up, and look where I'm going now.
Going right to Harvard. Congrats to Amado, and we thank him for sharing his story. We thank you for watching. I'm Tom Llamas in New York. GMA and This Week in the Morning. I'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Have a great evening. Good night.
ABC News, straightforward.
Does he sing? Doesn't sound like Christmas music. It's a little rock and roll. Welcome to Santa's Workshop, China. This is where your Christmases are made. Where these are your Santa's elves. This is the land of Santa Claus. This is certainly not the North Pole. It is the Chinese city of Yiwu, located inland from Shanghai, and is dubbed China's Christmas Village. About 2/3 of Christmas decorations worldwide are from this town you probably have never heard of. Just in the past year, the industry churned out $3 billion worth of tinsel, Santa hats, and LED Christmas trees. But for many here, Christmas, that surrounds them every day, is just a normal day. Do you celebrate Christmas here?
No. 对我来说的是一个什么教啊？我现在我也输了，就是基督教是吧？你好，你去问一下隔壁吧，我就想在这里赚钱。
They call this
Santa, up here.
We hitch a ride to work with Huang Aijun, the mother of four who owns a factory that makes our Christmas trees. Here, 70 workers are on site assembling our trees.
If I buy something like this back in America, you think there's a good chance it was made right here?
有可能的。
Yeah.
对。
Very likely, huh?
圣诞节他小孩子很开心呢，就是好像中国的那过春节一样的。反正每年是这订单都能增加一点，就是说现在压力有点大，什么都涨价嘛，用工成本啦、采样材料啦，所以说中间利润已经很少。
Some workers we met with told us they work in grueling hours from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Huang said the local government inspection team has asked her to improve working environment and that her factory
quite surprised to see Santa walk around the hallways here at McGee Women's Hospital, and we were both pleasantly surprised.
We have the cutest babies and not so ugly as sweaters around.
It's such a fun time. It's something that the staff, the parents, everyone looks forward to. You're coming home with a brand new baby, and to do it at this time of year makes it even more special when we can do something like this.
It's really rewarding to help all the moms and babies and help them transition to going home. But it's also really enjoyable to help do the sweaters for all the events here at McGee and hats and all the different items. And it's really rewarding to see how happy the patients look when they see their babies in the cute little outfits.
On behalf of all of us, happy holidays.
I'm an entertainer. Or what's left of one.
sunk into their seats.
The thing that has been most striking to me over the course of doing this play is, one, how many people saw it back in the day, and it changed their lives. But more than that, I've had people write to me and say, I saw this play in Cleveland or wherever, and Arnold was the first gay man I ever met.
One person whose life was forever changed by Torch Song is Richie Jackson, now a producer for the show's revival.
And one day, my mother came home from spending the day in the city. I was 17 years old. She took me to this theater to see Harvey Fierstein in Torch Song Trilogy. And she wanted to use it as a spark to start a conversation with me. And she wanted me to see a life that could be possible for me.
For Jackson, this play and the LGBTQ rights it stands for are just as relevant